and welcome to another video. It is October, so this is the September ScrawlrBox, but before we get into that I just want to say a few things. October is known as the Inktober month, and usually I do a video every day of me inking something, a theme, etc. If you've been following me, you know that I do multiple inking projects. Like last year was insects and the year before that was birds, and usually I would do that, but this year I've decided to give a different project my attention, which is Huevember, which is the November art challenge. So this month I will not be posting once a day. If you follow me on Instagram, I've recently rebranded, so my tag on Instagram is Lucy Locks Art, so I'll put a link in the description below. But anyway, if you follow me on there, you might see the odd bit of inking this month, but if you wait till next month there will be a video every day of Huevember. So I'm kind of incorporating both Inktober and Huevember into one month, so that's next month, so stick around if you do want to see that. Anyway, let's get into the ScrawlrBox. This is an art subscription box. It is UK based, if you don't know what it is, and it is £15 a month, and I think it's free shipping in the UK. I honestly don't know what the shipping costs are to the rest of the world, so you will have to figure that out if you're not from the UK. But basically they send you art supplies every month, surprise ones, you don't know what they are. They give you an art prompt, which is a word or phrase that you use the art supplies just in this box to create a piece of art based on that prompt. There is a featured artist in every box. They've recently started incorporating a scrawler zine, which tells you a bit more in depth about the supplies. It gives you tips from the artist on how to use the supplies, and it features artwork from previous months. Last month I was featured, so that's pretty cool. They give you a little sweet in there, and all round I think it's just a cool little box, and I highly recommend getting them, to be honest. So let's get into this. This is, I think I said this already, it's a September box, and it feels quite weighty, and it's a lot thicker than it probably should be to go through the post box, and it is a bit battered. So we will see what the supplies are like. So roughly intact, considering. So that is our pack of supplies. Our scrawler zine, all the artwork. Oh, see, we've already had a spoiler through the artwork. It says Posca on there, so I would imagine it is Posca related. Another thing to mention is every box you buy, you will be planting a tree, which I think is pretty fantastic. So this is the featured artwork, which is very nice. I like the style of that. And then if you want to pause the video here, you can have a little bit more of a read. But this is SP0, a street artist based in Bristol, UK. So that's nice, it's another UK artist. And here are the social media. Since this is out, so it definitely is Posca markers, because we have a Posca pad, a marker sketch pad, which is nice. They've recently started incorporating more pads of paper rather than single leaves of leaves? I don't know, single pieces of paper, so that's very nice because it means you can create more than one piece of artwork for each box if you want, or use it for something else. So let's open this. I personally really love Posca Pens, so I'm quite excited about this. So here we go, this is the sticker for this month. You get a vinyl sticker that incorporates some of the artwork on the scrawler zine. So we'll put this to one side. Let's remove this tissue paper because it's quite loud. So already I can see I've got different colours of Posca pens than I usually have, and we have a rhubarb and custard drumstick, which I will devour later. Yeah, cool. So these look like the thicker Posca pens, because you can get them in different sizes, I believe. So you can get an ultra fine one, which has a bit of a plastic nib to it, and then the felt nibs you can get various sizing up to big jumbo ones. So these are quite large compared to some of the ones that I've got. So we have an aqua green colour there. We have black. This is a smaller size, I can already feel by the barrel size. We have lavender. And we have coral pink. We will swatch these in a moment. I always like how Posca have these plastic sleeves round. Then we have the Staedtler Mars Lumograph Black. So I think this is the one that was supposed to be in last month's box, but they swapped it for this month's box pencil. So, but pencil's pencil, to be honest, to me. But it's 2B, so it's a nice soft one. Oh, and finally we've got a white Posca pen there as well. And then this is a Faber-Castell Echo Pigment. So it says it is a fibre tip pen, suitable for writing, drawing and sketching, blah blah blah. It is waterproof and light fast, so that's nice. Let's have a look at the tip. So that's nice. It's a 0.6, so it's not the finest, but it's not the thickest either, so that's nice. Okay, so let's swatch. I think I'm going to swatch on my usual book, and then I'll do a time lapse of me swatching this before I get into the artwork. And then finally, the Scrawler challenge is character creation. So it's a bit out of my comfort zone, something like that, but that's nice. I think having a challenge out of your comfort zone is always a nice thing to have. So let's get to swatching the Posca pens on our usual paper. So let's not do white. So as you can see, they are quite large. So I actually think I might do a time lapse of this because it's going to take me a while to pump these, and then I want to have a little read in the Scrawlers zine, and then maybe we'll just talk about the supplies a little bit more before we get into the artwork. As you can see, I swatched on both my pad of paper, like normal paper, and the marker paper, and you saw me here adding a little bit of water to it whilst it was wet, and it does create that watercolour effect. I was reading the Scrawler zine, very nice read, and it was basically saying that you can, which I've done in the past, is you can mix them off in a palette, say, with water, and it acts like watercolour. Here I mix the colours together, probably not to the best effect, but it does mix very nicely and it does lay down like watercolour, so that's very nice. It means we don't have to stick with that bright colour, kind of lay down like this art shows, so we can play around with that and see what else we can come up with. But overall I think they're very nice. The colours are lovely. There's 3 very different colours there, but you can mix. We can get a bit of a grey colour here, a bluey grey, and we can get a bit of a, I wouldn't say a skin tone, but close enough to a skin tone, which is very nice as well. So we can play around with that. We can create different types of characters, etc. The pigment liner is very nice by Faber-Castell. The black and white are smaller, I was right. Let's have a look at this. It says they are a 3M, and these 3 colours are a 5M, so a little bit bigger, and the pencil is just a generic pencil. So yes, I'm excited to try this. Let me flick through this so you can see. So this is the layout of all the supplies in the box. We have about the artwork. Again, pause this video if you want to read any of this. This is very interesting and very nice to read about the artist, to get to know them a bit better. We have the Scrawler tips and some notes from the artist. So again, this tells you a little bit about how to use them. I have used Posca pens in the past, and I've come up with my own ways of using them, so that's nice. So I will be using them like that. And then these are the featured artists from last month's, but not last month's box, the box before. Yeah, the box before. Very nice. I think they're beautiful. Some of these are stunning, especially this one here is very lovely, and this one, well, all of them are very nice. So go and check out some of their accounts on Instagram. I definitely will be as well. So yeah, I'm excited, and this is a bit about the street art in general. So I think this is going to be a fun box. Again, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, so we will see what I come up with. And I hope it's something good, so stay tuned for that. So here is the artwork. This is not my forte. If you have been following me for a while, this is not the type of artwork I do, so I really had to plan quite a lot, and I did that on my iPad. I was sketching on Procreate, a few ideas. Unfortunately, I forgot to start filming that because I didn't think they were going to come of anything, so I didn't show that. But I thought I wanted to do something a bit different, so I've been a bit obsessed with dinosaurs at the moment, and immediately thought of a pterodactyl. So I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's a pterodactyl basically meditating in the air, so it's kind of like flying whilst meditating. I don't know, but anyway, it's different. I'm not the happiest with it. It's just not my style, but that's the beauty of a ScrawlrBox, and I do recommend getting them because they do push your boundaries. I think I'm going to keep practicing on a few things. Maybe in the future you'll see another video that might follow the same theme, maybe use a few different supplies, etc. But I toyed around with, as you saw when I was swatching, I toyed around with doing kind of like a wash of the inking, of the paint, and also keeping them bold. So another good thing, I'm waffling here, but another good thing is going onto Instagram and typing in #ScrawlrChallenge and having a look what other people have done so far for this month. And I really got a lot of inspiration. There were so many great pieces of artwork, and a lot of people, this is their natural style, and it really shows with what they produce. And it gave me some good inspiration, and I kind of wanted to follow that kind of comic book look where you use the bold colours and you overlay the colours as shadows rather than using it as a bit of a watercolour. And then I thought it needed a background, so I actually did do a bit of a watercolour wash with it. It's ruffled the paper a little bit, so this paper does not hold a lot of water, but having said that, it hasn't gone through, so that's a good thing. And the paint can become a little bit grainy when you water it down, so that's also good to know. But I basically just kept the colours flat and added shadow with line work rather than darkening the colours, and it's worked to some extent. I'm not the happiest, but it's not the worst piece of art I've ever produced. So yeah, so it's a great box, and I love the Poscas, and I'm excited to use them for other future projects. So yeah, so please give me a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this video, and let me know what you produced with this box and if you enjoyed using the supplies, and subscribe if you want to see more. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.